if we talking about just black folks. No. The Bible is a book of prophecy, okay? And it teaches us what's going to happen in the future. Okay, so I want to read to you what Moses told these people what was going to happen to them in the future. Okay, give me Deuteronomy 11:26. I want Deuteronomy 11:20. Just these people now, not everybody. Watch this, read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
So Moses told these people right here, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. What's a blessing, my bro? Yeah, what's a blessing? That's a good, something good, right? What's a blessing, sis? Something good. You find $100 on the ground, what you gonna say? Lord bless me, right? So God told these people through Moses, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. What's a curse? Something bad, right? A curse is something. Somebody put a curse on you, it's bad, right? It ain't good, right? So what did God tell them? I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. Read it again.
Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
What you got to do to get the blessing? Did you hear it? You missed it. What do you say you got to do to get the blessing, though? You got to do something to get the blessing. Just like if you want to get a paycheck, what you got to do? You got to go to work, right? You got to go to work. That's your wages, right? So what does God tell these people? I'm going to bless you if you do what I say. Read it again.
A blessing if ye obey the commandments.
A blessing. This is what the whole Bible's about. The churches ain't even teaching that. You ever heard that before? The churches don't teach that. They say a blessing if you obey the commandments. You know,
of the Lord your God, which I command you this day. And a curse if you will not obey the commandments.
So what's the contract? You get a blessing if you obey, and you get cursed if you don't obey. Daniel 9:11. Did these people obey though? Did they obey? I'm gonna give you the answer. No, they ain't do it. Cause are we obeying today? Nah. So did these people obey? So watch this. I want to show you what Daniel said. Read Daniel 9:11.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 11. Read. Yes, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
Read it again.
Yes, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
So all Israel didn't keep the law. They didn't do it. So transgress means they didn't do it. God tell you to do something, you don't do it, that's a transgression. We don't.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
We didn't obey. We don't.
Therefore,
since we didn't obey, we don't.
The curse is poured upon us.
Nah, a curse is poured upon these people because what? They did not obey. Now, Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28:30. I'm going to show you one of the curses. Did he read you some of them curses that happened to us? Because we came over here on cargo slave ships, right? God put that in the Bible. Watch this. 28:68. Watch this. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Egypt is synonymous for slavery. God gonna bring us in slavery again with cargo slave ships because why? Why? Because we didn't do what he say, right? So when we got off the ships at the Atlantic Ocean, they sailed a lot of us up Mississippi. They sailed some of us up Tom Bigby, and a lot of us ended up right here in Baldwin, Mississippi, working the fields. That's what happened to us. But why did it happen? Because we broke the commandments of God. God made good on his word that he said he was going to do to us. Okay? So now that y'all know all that, that's what the church is supposed to be teaching, but they don't. They teach you give me $10, 10%, meet on Sunday. All that's lies right there. That's all lies, right? Ain't got nothing to do with us. Ain't got nothing to do with us getting jacked up in slavery in Baldwin, Mississippi. Ain't got, look, they got a big old steeple right there. That's all lies, sis. You can't get the kingdom of heaven in these places. Okay? Now, so since we know what we did, what we got to do? Give me Deuteronomy 30. I want Deuteronomy 30:3. Deuteronomy 33. So we know we messed up, right? So what we got to do? What God wants us to do? He wants us to come back and do what? Because what did we break? We broke his commandments, right? That's why we winning. That's why all this stuff happened to us. That's why we the last high, first five. We at the bottom. You got other nations. You got the who own this though? Arab. You got them ruling over us. You got the Chinese folk ruling over us. All of them got successful businesses. But time we get a business, what happen? It go down.
Right.
Somebody break into that chat, right? God allow all that to happen to us for our disobedience. He want us to come back and keep his commandments. Okay? He want us, he said, look, matter of fact, give me that in Hosea chapter 5:15. Watch this. Read.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15. Read. I will go and return to my place.
God left us as a nation of people. Ain't no God in these churches. He said, I will go and return to my place. Read.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
You know how somebody say, I ain't coming around here no more till you get right. That's what God say. I ain't dealing with y'all no more till you get. Why you always wondering why all bad stuff always happen to us as a people? Police shoot us down, nothing don't happen. You know, they cut your money off, nothing don't happen. You see what I'm saying? All this stuff happened because we ain't acknowledging our offense. Read it again.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
God wants us to acknowledge our offense. So now, let me show you something. What's some of the sin we did as a people? Give me Leviticus 11:7. I'm finna give you a law. I'm finna give you a law that we broke would cause God to put curses on us as a nation of people. It ain't on everybody. It's just on us. I'm finna give you a law, sis. Let me see if you're keeping this law. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine.
Swine. A pig. And the swine, read.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
I say the pig is unclean to us. Read on.
Of their flesh.
Of their flesh, read.
Shall ye not eat.
Give me some examples of pig flesh. Chitlins, pork chop, pig feet. So what did God say? God said we don't supposed to eat it. Do we eat it though? Yes. When we do that, what's that called? You're breaking that law. Watch this. Give me 1 John 3 and 4. When God give you a law and you go against it, that's breaking God's laws. So what happened to us when we break God's law? We go into slavery because we made an agreement with God that we weren't going to do it. The Chinese man, Arab man, didn't make no agreement. So they can eat pork all they want. You see what I'm saying? But when we come back in power as a nation, we're going to make them keep God's laws, though. Okay, watch this. Read.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin.
Whosoever commits sin, read.
Transgresseth also the law.
You break God's laws. Read on.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So what is sin? When you don't do what God say, when you break that law, that's called sin right there. So what is eating pork? Because I just gave you the law. That's sin right there. That's sin.
Bring it out.
You hear what I'm saying? Romans 6:23. So what did God, and now you do know that all of us, that God made a covenant with all flesh that we gonna drop dead one day. You know, just like our grandma, great grandma, all of great granddad, all of us gotta drop dead one day, right? We gotta die. So listen what God said about sin. Read.
Romans chapter 6, verse 23. Read. For the wages of sin is death.
And so the wages of sin is death. Now they ain't talking about the regular dying. It's talking about a second death when you sin. Okay, so what do you got to do to get right with God? You got to stop what? You got to stop sinning. And these folks ain't telling you that in the churches.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example.